Let's talk football. Week 12 is in the books, and today is a special day. We have our first in-season guest, Vanessa Graddick. We're so excited to have you.
I am excited to be here.
And you are our first in-season, so
there it is.
That's a little special.
You get to own that.
Do I get free stuff?
Yes, we got you some free stuff.
Okay, cool.
By the way, how did you like your michelada?
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's
there
gone.
you go.
I couldn't even bring it on camera. It's in the trash now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a different type of podcast.
It is. It is.
Got
and
me loosey-goosey.
Well, first of all, you look fire.
Thank you.
Yes.
And make sure, can we just show
Listen.
the show?
And can we get to the nails also?
It is
Please
clear. For
This
those of
is
you who can't, for those of you who can't see, Vanessa is repping the Minnesota Vikings, and she looks fire.
Skol
Head
all
to
day.
toe.
Skol.
Head to toe.
Suffered yesterday.
Well, before we get
Okay.
into week 12, and thank you for sitting with us and getting ready to talk some football.
Of course, let's
But
go.
we gotta just first tell us a little bit about like how you became a football fan, and specifically for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm born and raised in Minnesota, so that
makes it easy.
The obvious choice.
Yeah.
I think my dad really wanted a boy. So
That's what I say.
So like I've always been an athlete. He would wake me up wanting to watch football. He actually passed away in 2018.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
It's DDC, Dead Dad Club. What are you gonna do? Yep.
You know,
Like,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? Just welcome to the club.
Never quite heard it like that, but
And
yeah.
right off the bat.
This is the DDC. But his funeral actually was the Vikings played that day.
Oh.
And the pastor, he kept talking, and it was the longest. I was like, hey, the game's at 2.
Oh
Let's get going.
We literally ended the funeral. He was like, Vanessa's gonna start yelling at me. So and then got home to watch the game. Like I wasn't
See?
playing.
But I get that.
Colors were purple. We were and then we ended up winning that game.
Yes.
See, I love that.
So cool.
I love that story. And as you know, my dad passed in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and I told everyone they could wear black or they could wear red and gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing. Like we and the fandom lives through us now,
Yep.
right? So let me ask you, do you feel like now that you watch the games, do you have like these moments, or is it kind of like, I don't know, how is it for you?
I don't know if it's necessarily during games. Like I'm emotionally stunted, which is why I'm a comedian in the first place. So there's not one thing. It could be a commercial where like there's a dad doing something. I'm like, oh my God. It just doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason to
Right.
it. So
Right. Well, I'm so glad that you're here and we get to talk Vikings and
Yes.
girl.
I don't know how happy I am to talk about the Vikings.
I was gonna
right
say.
this second,
Yes.
but
I wish it was under different circumstances. I wish maybe Kirk Cousins was still here.
Okay.
I
mean,
she said, don't take it that far.
all right.
We have the Dobstronaut in the house, and I think it is time to abort mission. Would you say? Do you agree or do you not agree that this space mission
As
has
you
gone
can
far
clearly
enough?
tell, you have some help over here
I am
because
your alliance. I am your alliance here.
My
And
problem with Dobbs is he's so new to the system.
Right.
And it's like he's at what, 3.5 games now?
Yes.
And it takes time. He literally,
Right.
his first game in, he had got there that week. He wasn't
Right.
even there for 5 days.
Yes.
So we can't expect him to gel. Whereas Cousins, I know everybody loves him, the documentary, great. For me, he was always inconsistent at best.
Yeah. It's fair. It's fair. It's a fair criticism.
So for Dobbs to only have 3 games and we're already ready to abort, but we gave Cousins seasons of inconsistency.
yeah.
It's true.
And everybody's like, no,
Preach.
Cousins.
Preach.
And I'm not here for it. Give him a chance to figure it out.
You have faith in the system.
I-
Keep him in there.
dude,
and he'll
he
work
works
it
for
out.
NASA.
Here's the thing.
Like, give him a
No.
minute.
No, do not have faith in your system. Kevin O'Connell needs to be fired. He has ruined your offense, you guys. First off, the only good thing about Dobbs, no offense, is his mobility. And they're not letting him do anything. They're not
Yeah.
letting him be mobile. Your offense is boring. These games you're not losing these games because of your defense.
Because yesterday our defense was fire.
Oh yeah,
Our
no, they're
defense
on.
was
but
fire.
Your offense is still meant for a Kirk Cousins, not a Dobbs. The problem starts with Kevin O'Connell. get
I
rid
don't
of.
agree. I think the problem is that the quarterback situation, you went through 3 quarterbacks and
In a week.
Like
Yeah.
you went through Kirk, then you had what's his name?
Jalen. What's his
Hall,
name?
was it Hall?
No, I can't even remember.
Well,
I
you know
think
why?
it is
We can't
Jalen.
remember.
Jalen, Derek,
We can't
Something with a
remember
J.
because he was there for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
then he was hurt, and then we got the Dobster knot.
Yes.
And the poor guy doesn't even know anybody's name in the huddle.
No.
You know
Or
what I
any of the
mean?
plays that are being called. He's like, what
So
does that mean?
I feel like
Listen, you can't trust a person with no eyebrows. That's
oh.
just, it's, you never.
If we didn't tell you, Vanessa is
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
fire comedian,
Yes,
clearly,
I did.
and I love that you bring it to football because, right?
You have to.
You have
be
to.
able
I'm
laugh
a
at your
Vikings
team.
fan. If I don't laugh, I will cry
Well,
every day.
let's
Every
talk
day.
about the Monday night game since we're here, and then we'll talk about the rest of the week. But I know that we had texted, and you're like, I might not, see the fourth quarter because
Yeah.
I forgot I had
a
an
show last
engagement,
night.
right? And I laughed because I almost texted you, and I. Thinking about Sanaz, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be nice, but I was gonna say, girl, I'm sure you're gonna be okay, because that fourth quarter is gonna look exactly like the first quarter. And was I close to being right or what? Like,
Yes.
It
Why was
was
it a hot potato?
difficult.
Why was it a hot potato game in the last seconds
That
of the
lateral
game?
pass is making a comeback. That's why.
It was
Yes.
forward
Oh my
pass,
God.
lateral,
Making a
lateral.
comeback.
There were like 8 touches, and most of them illegal. But it doesn't matter. What were we watching?
I don't know. And I was so mad because Chicago basically was saying, you know what? We don't even want this game here. We had
Right.
6, 7 penalties in the
Oh my
first
God.
like 3 minutes or whatever, and big penalties. They were like, here, take the game. And Minnesota was
Yes.
like, nah, we're still full from Turkey Day. We don't want it. We don't need it.
I mean, Justin Fields was 27 for 37. There was 2 fumbles in the fourth.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that huge throw on a 3rd and 10,
Yes.
to get into the field goal range to win the game, like it was not a great game.
It wasn't.
It was a
Our
horrible.
defense was doing.
Your
I
defense
can't be
in the
mad at our
last
defense.
8 quarters of football has only allowed 1 touchdown.
Yes.
It is a great defensive
Yeah.
team.
The
By the-
offense,
and they just-
slow, not aggressive.
No.
And they
Boring.
boring. And need more direction.
I'll be
And-
boring if it means that we're putting up numbers, but we're not
Right.
putting up numbers. I have no
Right.
problem with a
And-
boring, fundamental ass team if they are producing, and we are not producing right
and
now.
to add to not the best Monday night game, I did not hear one Prince song. So now I was really pissed.
That's a personal attack. That's a personal attack from
No,
Monica.
I'm serious. When
I'm sure it was playing in US Bank
okay,
Stadium.
but
It just
I
probably.
didn't, I did not hear a Prince song, and I always get excited when there's a game in Minnesota. I'm like, I'm gonna
Yes.
hear my man today.
And she texted me and was like, "I'm only excited because they're gonna play Prince." It was like, all
And,
right.
yeah, and I didn't hear
TikTok.
it. So now, and let's just give you guys some Dobbs or not stats.
Lord.
And in case you're new to the show or don't know about Dobbs, he is basically an engineer, right?
Yes.
Wants to
Yeah.
work for NASA.
Yes.
Was an intern
He
for NASA.
interned
Yes.
twice,
He's-
maybe?
Yeah, he's like a smart dude and wants to go to the moon. But first, he needs to get some touchdowns.
Please. Please, Lord.
The stats are for last night: 22 out of 32, 185 yards,
not
1 touchdown, and the worst part, 4. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4 interceptions.
That hurts my feelings.
It hurt.
That hurt my feelings.
It hurt. So
It hurt watching it. Like I left home, got to my show an hour early because I could watch at the bar, and was embarrassed
mistake.
in front of the people.
big mistake.
Did you see Justin Jefferson
said,
literally
"Oh, there."
sleeping? They like would
Oh, no,
they would
was he?
zoom in on Justin Jefferson. He was like literally had his eyes closed, his face covered. He's like, I don't want to be here either.
That is
Like,
sad. That
it
is
was sad.
He's supposed to
Speaking-
come back next week.
I've
Have you
never-
heard? He's gonna come. After,
Do not.
Maybe he'll sleep instead.
We'll see.
It was
We'll
funny.
see.
I think she likes Justin because I had forwarded a story
Yeah.
about Justin, and she reposted. And I heard,
Haters gonna hate.
yeah, she was like, "Don't you talk about my Justin Jefferson?"
I know.
Because they were talking about them being 1-5 with him.
They've been winning without him.
That was 2 games.
I know.
They
I know.
won 2
Don't get
games.
You know how
Yeah,
we
don't
are.
get crazy.
Petty. Football fans are petty.
Petty AF. And I was like, y'all not gonna talk about JJ like
Not
this.
my man.
Do you like his gritty? Or are you kind of over it now?
He's 12.
Yeah, okay.
He's 12. The children. I'm at coach's age now, so
Okay.
I need to find me a good coach.
Okay.
That's all.
Because he's gonna ride it out.
You lock him in place, but then you bring some laughter.
Yeah, a little
but then
bit.
you tear him down again.
Yes,
Keep him. Yeah.
Well,
Keep him humble.
Yeah, of course.
Let's move on from your
Thank you.
purple Minnesota Vikings,
Okay.
and
Thank
let's
you.
take it back. It seems like a month ago, but let's talk about Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
I know.
Girl.
Wait, what?
I mean, first of all, I think most people were excited for football on Thanksgiving. Like you had the Detroit Packer game, you had the Dallas Commanders. Like these are like, you know, really rivalry games and like and then of course you have my boys, the Niners and the Seahawks.
Yes.
But let's talk about Green Bay over freaking the Lions. Like that, I know. And again, so Melissa likes like every team.
I do.
No, but she likes her little Minnesota and she likes her little Detroit and she's
Throw little in front of Minnesota again. We're going to have a problem.
okay, I'm sorry. And she likes it, right. And she likes, but she's a diehard Niner fan. So
I'm married to a Niner fan. So when you marry into a family, I feel like it was part of the marriage contract. I feel.
get that.
So it was, So I inherited the Niners and I loved them. And my son's a Niner fan. But so I still kind of spread the love a little bit. Yeah.
Got
yeah.
you.
So I mean, since you're the Detroit Lion, first of all, wait, before we even get there, can we talk about Jack Harlow for just a second?
Let's go there. Let's go there. Yes, ma'am.
Who did the set for Jack Harlow? Why was he in an igloo? Somebody explain this to me.
I don't know.
Sanaz,
but
did you see this?
No, listen. I'm
love
just saying,
Jack.
we're going to talk about our favorite memes later, but I'm saying we were expecting Creed. Okay? And I don't even like Creed or Scott Stapp, whatever his name is. But when you get Jack Harlow coming out of a paper igloo that like looks like he Amazoned it the day before.
What happened?
I don't know. And
Like
I
some
love Jack
kids
Harlow.
put it together. I don't understand.
It was so embarrassing.
I was so excited.
And then the audio. What happened with
terrible.
the audio? Was there no practice?
Wasn't his brother like in the
How'd they do
back
Jack
in a
like
blue
that?
like what is that?
How'd they do him like that?
And here's the worst part. That song, Lovin' on Me, fire. I was playing it and I was like, these lyrics, hold on for a minute. I was like, the lyrics, football sexy. It could be some interesting comments on my page. Fuck it. We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, Lovin' on Me. You know the lyrics?
Yeah.
It's, adultish.
Yeah, adulting.
And I was so excited that song had just come out and then you come out of a paper igloo. What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll talk about the game.
They don't
but-
have a Diana Mendoza. To
Oh
do
my
a set
God.
check.
Give him a set
Why?
check.
Yes.
Okay? That's why.
But let's talk about the game. Jordan Love pulled out the W.
He did.
I mean, he had 22 for 32, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns, and his birthday is when?
Oh, that's right. Your Scorpio twins.
November 2nd, like Monica Madrid and Jimmy G. The three of us were born on November 2nd.
Okay.
So, but go on.
Scorpios.
I mean,
Day.
the Scorpios
bless
pulled
you.
it out.
Taking over.
So what happened to Dan Campbell and your boys?
I'm so sad. Okay, I did say in all fairness last week that we were going to expect to see some losses because they are an unexperienced team. This is their first time like ever getting this far in like 20 something years. Like we know it's going to be messy. They're not experienced. They're not the Niners or the Eagles.
That's
They're not
right.
coming in with like, practice and perfection on their back. They're coming in with just like, with a little, they're just a brand new. It's like you're rooting for them because they're like it's their first time with the rodeo, But we saw that. We saw that on Thanksgiving. We saw the like.
So you saw the inexperience.
The inexperience really came through, I think. And I think it was whenever there was pressure put on Goff, that wasn't good.
3 fumbles?
It was.
3 fumbles?
Crumbled
Three.
like a gingerbread man.
He did.
There's your Christmas quote. He crumbled. Okay. The last time the Lions were this good, Kennedy was in office. Just to give you guys some perspective.
Hilarious.
Yes.
That's sad.
Like,
That's
what
sad.
happened that game? I was watching with a Green Bay fan and I was like getting all cocky. I'm like, this girl's gonna be so pissed off in 20 minutes. And she was just glowing.
Oh my
from
God.
Oh my
ear to
God.
ear.
Gross.
I was just
Gross.
sitting there like, what the
Is
What
happening.
is happening?
But that's
There
what
is no point in my life where I ever want Green Bay to win a game. I was
tell
so
you.
mad.
Yeah.
Same.
I was
mad.
so mad, and I should have wanted them to win because that helps us.
Yeah, it does
in
help
the
you.
NFC North. But I don't care. My hate for Green Bay runs
too great.
deep
I love the
and
pettiness.
thick, and I was so mad.
Like
Yeah.
now Jordan Love can play football. Where has he been? What?
like you choose to wake up on Thanksgiving.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And then in the Detroit, like that's the thing that I love about football. It really is any given Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Like, you know what I
Any
mean?
given
Like
anything. Yeah.
you are so excited to play on a national stage.
Yes.
Because like you on Sundays, it's great, but you've got all these other games going on.
Right.
And you may or may be the top 3 topics or
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
But on Thanksgiving,
All eyes on you.
Yeah.
all eyes on you, Tupac, right? Like all eyes are on you. And for Jordan Love out of nowhere to come and put up those numbers, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
I think Detroit slept on them. I don't think they were prepared. I don't think we knew that they were coming in hot like that. I mean, the coaching from LaFleur was so good too. It was.
They thought it was going to be an easy win.
They did.
And they went in cocky.
They did. They did.
And effed it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss or not.
Yeah.
so
Well,
I cuss a lot.
yeah, go for it. It's
No,
fine.
I'm trying to be
we have a
good.
little bleep button. I've had to been bleeped a couple times, believe me or not.
I really try to be a professional.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of bleep, how about those bleeping Cowboys for the second Thanksgiving game versus, I still have a hard time saying it, but the Commanders. Somebody please change the name.
They're going to
To
next
something.
year.
Well, I heard that, but
To
I want
what?
to what? Yeah, like
It just keeps getting worse. Just
They're
football
actually-
team.
right. Football team.
There is a
Commanders.
petition being passed around Washington
To get it back to Redskins.
To get it back to Redskins, and the petition
Yeah.
is led by Native American.
Yeah.
who's saying like, "Why are you trying to erase our heritage?"
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
It's not like it's a negative thing. I would love the NFL Iranians running around or the Persians or whatever you want to call us. Like, I think it's great.
You're like, sure, make a mascot. I love that. For me.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
We'll
Because I
see.
go back and forth. It's like if they called it the Detroit Black Faces, then I don't know
Whoa.
how it would feel. Like the Redskins is not. It is a derogatory term.
Yeah.
It's not a tribe. Like Florida State doesn't have to change anything because they're the Seminoles because it's the name
Yeah.
of an actual tribe. So
Right.
if they want to go to an actual tribe, I don't care. I just don't want
Or
to call
like
them the
the
Commanders no
natives,
more.
or something
Right.
that's like inclusive
Indigenous,
and not
Just
the
give us a different
Washington
name.
indigenous people
Right.
or like
of the world.
Commanders.
I
Just
like
with the
Washington
Commanders.
football team.
Yeah,
Call
just
the
Washington football.
football
Just-
team.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I don't know. Magic doesn't he own part of the Commanders? Like somebody's got to
Magic?
figure it out. Yeah, he has like a
Magic
piece.
had,
piece
yeah,
of 'em.
he did. He did
Piece
have
of
a
the
piece
ownership.
Of them.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right, well.
So, but either way, they're still the Commanders, and they still lost.
And they still
so
lost to
here we are.
Dallas. Yep.
And should we talk about Dolly Parton before we go too far?
Snatched.
Oh yes, please.
Snatched.
Yes,
Snatched.
please.
Can
Girl.
I please have the number to all of her doctors?
But
Yes.
those are Spanx, right?
Right?
I wear Spanx daily, and I never look like Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Oh my mama, I got on Spanx right now, which is why I'm folded up like a pretzel because I don't have Dolly's abdomen.
Girl, Dolly Parton looked fire.
Oh my god,
At 82?
The little star of her
No,
belly button.
83? How old is she?
Dolly Parton is 117.
Girl,
She was
she's-
grown
yes,
when I was little.
Something.
Girl,
She was grown
Diana,
when we
can
were
you
little.
check that for
Oh,
us?
Lord.
Girl, she's in her 80s. You
got
watch.
it.
I'll bet you Starbucks.
She's how- But is that her
Opposite,
Hollywood
maybe.
age or her real age?
Okay.
There you go.
'Cause-
So we did answer. She's under 80. Doesn't matter. She looked fire.
That star in her belly button, though.
Listen, okay,
Get it.
okay,
Get it,
Dolly.
Jolene.
bodysuit.
Jolene.
Yes, I love it. It's so hot.
But here's the thing. She's a national treasure.
She is.
Yes, she is.
And
She could do no wrong.
and
She could do no
coming, I lived in Nashville for 4 years. So, and I have a lot of songwriter friends. And so I get a lot of tea right behind the scenes. And I will tell you that every single person that I come across has said that she is an amazing person behind the camera, on the camera. She is that person.
She seems
and I
like it.
love that. And it just makes me so happy for her. And it was just such a moment. My whole family finally ran in.
Yes.
So I had 6 TVs going on, whatever. Because I'm locked in. You can't be walking in front of the TV with your little, enchiladas and turkey. I'm trying to watch the game. Seriously. Everybody knows. You know
enchiladas
what I
and
mean?
turkey.
Like, you know what I mean? So I was outside, dialed in, and all of a sudden they heard Jolene, and the whole family came out, and it was just like a cool moment. And
yeah.
I'm sure that a lot of other families
Yeah.
were the same. But
She is a treasure.
She is.
She's the original writer for "I Will Always
I Will
Love
Always
You."
Love
Yep.
You with
People don't
Whitney.
know that.
I
Yeah.
know.
And Elvis wanted to buy it off her, and she said, "No, thank you."
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
And then she let Whitney have it.
No, thank
a
you.
We just need to
Boss.
put her in bubble wrap
Yes.
and keep her safe, tucked away.
Right. Well, I'm just so happy. Whoever thought of that, genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
But what's not genius is the Commanders. Mrs. I love Ron Rivera.
She's never letting you go.
I'll
Poor
never
Ron.
let that down. I was like, he is not
Poor
a good
Ron
coach.
Rivera.
I love that he's Mexican. Shout out to my Mexican people, but he's not a good coach, and he has to go. He has to be fired. He's got to be the next one to go. Besides we'll get to your Chargers.
I was gonna say.
But the coin flip for
Eberflus
the
too,
next.
though. Don't leave Eberflus out
I
of that
know.
conversation.
But I'm just saying, he's just it just it's not good in Washington.
I know.
It's not great.
It's not. But more than that, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, because as you guys know, the NFC is heating up.
Oh, it is.
It is heating
fun.
up, right, girl?
Yeah.
It is heating up. NFC North, NFC West.
Oh, so fun.
By the way, congratulations to Dak Prescott.
Oh, that must have been hard for you to say.
Gonna be a baby daddy. Well, he.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
no.
Not football related.
Not football related, girl. Let's get it straight.
I was like-
no.
She started throwing out these congratulations. I was like,
For what?
Congratulations to Dak becoming
A dad.
a dad. Not yet, but it's
Congratulations
on
to
its
his
way.
baby mama.
There you go.
Because
His
she's going
baby
to get
mama.
that check forever.
Yes. Congratulations, girlfriend.
Good job, girl. Good job,
down.
girl.
Sarah.
18 years.
Sarah. And it's funny because I think she's Latin, and so someone put a meme up and said he's been doing so good because
Because of her.
because
baby.
he got himself a Latina or something like that. I'm like, I don't know, man. Hey, I don't pay attention. But what I do pay attention to is that Dallas, all these Dallas Cowboy fans are coming out of, I love them on my page. As you guys know, we welcome everybody's fandom, everybody's team. But the Cowboy fans, y'all do get quiet from time to time. And right now they are not quiet.
Nope.
They are all excited and they are all pro Dak again, because they go back and forth.
Because they go back and forth.
Right?
They're, fair weather fan. Anyways.
So they're on the Dak train right now. And they're on the Cowboy train right now because, they are 8-3.
They are.
So I don't know what you guys think, but I will say this, and you guys are probably, some of the other, fans are like, yeah, you guys are 8-3, but who have you beat? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you who they beat.
Okay.
And you tell me if you're on the Dak train right now.
Okay.
You beat the New York Giants twice.
Yeah.
Oh.
You beat the Jets with,
Yeah.
Zach Wilson and friends.
Yeah.
And you beat the Patriots with Mac Jones.
Oh.
And you beat the Chargers. And you beat the Rams, Panthers, and the Commanders. So you're 8-3.
They've had the easiest schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you who they lost to.
Okay.
Okay? I'm just spitting facts, by the way. Don't be hating on me. I'm just spitting facts. All right? Dallas lost to the Eagles,
Yep.
the Niners, and the Cardinals.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Right?
They can't play on that turf.
So I'm just saying, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they play another team who's
How it
actually,
unfolds.
right?
Yeah.
Who's actually doing stuff.
A winning team. Yeah.
Any thoughts? Oh, Bland, though. We should give a shout out to Bland. He was the first, he broke the record with 5
Oh,
pick sixes in a row.
I did not know that.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh, see, I did bring a nugget.
Yes.
Hey,
Nugget.
Yeah, hey, Nugget. So, and if he gets another one, he's just going to keep adding on to this record. Literally, that's amazing. If you
That
like
is.
5 pick
Yeah.
6 in a row,
That's a weapon.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Then the last game on Thanksgiving.
Oh, tell us about it.
Hey.
Look at her. Look at her
Hey,
glow.
you,
Wait.
you hate the Niners?
I do not.
Oh, good.
I do not hate the Niners.
I knew I liked you.
I do not hate them.
How do you feel about Seattle?
I am indifferent to Seattle, if I'm being quite
Okay,
honest.
that's fair.
Like every 3 seasons, I'm like, oh, they're exciting, and then I'm like, I don't care again.
Right.
That's how I've always
That's
felt.
true, though. I think that's how a lot of people kind of feel. They don't really. But do you like the fluorescent green?
I love it.
You love it.
Love it.
If you ever come in here with fluorescent green, though,
I love it. I
out.
love that they have
Do you?
them and the Panthers have the best jerseys. They do.
Panthers?
They do. Oh,
The
that
Panthers?
teal and black. It's such a vibe. That fluorescent green though, that highlighter green.
That
That
my
highlighter
God.
green is
Beautiful.
aggressive.
I
It's
like
aggressive.
it.
It's aggressive. It's fine. Like I was really this week. I was feeling the Texans, the all red
Yes.
with
Yes.
the red helmet,
The throwback.
fire.
Yep.
But
Agree.
Their fit was good.
Yeah.
Agree.
All
Agree.
right, back to the game. My bad.
Hey,
Go ahead.
that's okay. No. So
talking
listen, the Niners won. What else can I tell you? I mean, I could tell you a lot, actually.
Tell us a lot.
We
Come
did the
on.
revenge game because of Thanksgiving in 2014. We lost, and I will have it seared in my brain forever. Richard Sherman
Yeah.
taking a bite of that turkey leg, like
The
if
jerkin, what is
it
it
was a
called?
Niner leg.
To jerkin?
Turducken.
Turducken.
Right.
Yes.
Well, yeah, whatever that was, and it was bad.
Like Dak. He also did that on
Yeah,
the sidelines.
but like as a Niner fan, he
It
did
hurt your
it
heart a little
because
bit.
Richard was such a like
And
you wanted
aggressive.
aggressive. You wanted to knock him out, and then he ended up playing. It was just a nightmare, but whatever. But CMC did his thing, man.
Yes.
2 touchdowns, 114 yards. By the way, did you guys see? I did not know this. I reposted the video that his girlfriend, fiance, posted. The model, Olivia, what's her name?
Colpo.
Okay.
Yeah.
She posted this of CMC without a shirt, showing all his bruises and all the
yeah, I
blood.
saw
Do you see that? Okay. I posted that on our page. I forgot that it goes to Facebook, our Football Sexy Facebook page. Because I'll be honest, I'm not on there a lot. I'm more on Instagram, right? I looked at it yesterday, I was like, what just happened? We got over 1,000 followers from just that post, and the views were over 1 million.
Really?
I mean, his shirt was off.
His shirt was off.
That is true.
So
What do you want me to say?
I'm just saying.
Because I didn't even know what the video was about. And then when I turned, they were like, and there's blood on the sheets. I was like, what am I watching?
What in the horror film is this?
Right?
I had no idea. I just saw his shirt off and I was like, oh, well, this seems nice. But then you hear the commentary. I was like, what the fuck? All right.
Well, you know me. I was looking, and tell me I'm not the only one. I'm looking at the bathroom. I'm looking behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing if the mirror's clean.
Right, me too. I'm looking for the socks on the floor.
Yeah,
like, if you're going to show me around the house, I'm going to be, I'm that background. I will totally look at your background.
I'm such that person. Like if a dude sends me a picture, I'm like, so who took the picture though?
Right.
Who
took it?
Oh.
And then zoom in.
How you get this angle? What?
Yeah. Who's in the
This
background?
right here?
Why don't you have a cap on your toothpaste?
Oh, huh.
I hear you.
That
I
is-
noticed that you sent it at 5:45 when the sun was approximately at 10 degrees. But this looks like it's dark outside.
But you know what you
when
do
did
now?
you take this picture?
Do you know the trick? When someone sends you a photo on iPhones, you save the photo. And then when you save the photo, go into your saved photos. It'll tell you exactly what time that photo was taken and on what day.
That scares me
You're
that
all
she knows
caught.
that.
She's a detective.
You're all caught.
That scares me that
I
she
feel
knows
so
that.
bad for men. I'm sorry.
She just did that.
Inspector Gadget over here.
Oh. And I'm sure
Game
there's
on.
a story we're not going to get into.
Not this time.
Football Sexy
After dark.
After dark.
To be continued.
After dark.
We got some things to talk about.
Well, listen, so
I love us so much.
girl, I'm telling you, you have no idea. We won't spend much time, but my Lord, there was a first ever, and it was called the Black Friday game.
Yes.
And it might as well have been called the worst game ever.
Oh, come on.
It was horrible. Are you serious? It was horrible. It was Miami versus the Jets. You tell me one good thing about that game.
I'll tell you what.
Other than Mike McDaniel's tennis shoes, I love him.
No. Yeah. That field has claimed so many calves.
Yes.
Oh, it needs to go.
Do something about your
No,
field,
should be
New York
gravestones.
Jets.
It's going to be gone next year.
Everybody's just ripping calves and like tearing Achilles on your
Yeah.
fields. What's going on here, brother? Like
That's a problem.
Who's doing the maintenance?
I don't know.
I wrote on our story.
That's the only way they can win a game.
She said they did it on purpose.
There's some
I
purpose.
love her. That's smart. See how you are?
Listen.
Hey, you
If
never
it wa-
know.
She said put some potholes in there too. while
Yeah,
you're-
put a couple divots in there. If you have some broken glass, let's put that right on the goal line and see what happens.
It's all booby trapped.
It's like the Home Alone house just at the stadium.
I can't.
Oh my God.
She's right.
That's so funny.
They're like, we got to try something because fundamental football is not working for us. So
Oh
go
my
on,
God.
get out
Saleh.
the nails.
That's so funny.
Gate. This is field gate right here. This is freaking.
By the way, we
Turf
talked
gate.
about the Jets head coach, Robert Saleh, who used to be our defensive
Do you
coach.
like bald guys?
The Niner.
Because they have some opinions.
I'm good.
She has a
Oh,
big.
I'm also good.
Well, we talked about him being one of the hottest looking coaches, and we talked about his beard last week because it was like flawless, almost painted
Yeah.
on. Well, guess what? He must have heard all the noise because I didn't know more than us were talking about it. He shaved it.
What?
If you look on the game against Miami, he got rid of his beard.
I bought just for men.
I think. Well, that's the thing.
I bought just for men.
I
Come with a
I
sponsorship.
think people were like, we must not have been the only ones talking about it just for men because it's gone now.
Okay.
It's gone.
It's just for
Did you
nobody.
see your boy Mike when the Jets fans were teasing him?
Love him. Yes.
And they're like saying, "Oh, are you cold? Are you cold?" And
Yeah.
he turned around. He said, "I am cold, and I'm winning."
Yep. And I'm winning.
I love Petty.
I love Petty.
I love Petty.
Love a good Tom Petty.
Girl. By the way, I love, you guys know I love my again, another Niner, by the way. I get all irritated because we get all these great coaches and then they literally are gone the next year because I get it. They get a chance, they graduate. But if it was me, nope, you got to stay.
You're here forever.
Hey, it's like the mafia. Once you're a Niner, that's it. We're closing the door. Unless we whack you ourselves, you stay. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Mike McDaniels, he's a sneakerhead. And so, by the way, did we show her sneakers yet?
we did.
Fire.
We did.
Love
We
it.
did.
Okay. I'm a sneakerhead. And so he had on these fire Nikes. I'm like, whoever
But
gets.
his swag in general, right?
He's got,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we just
Great
Dude,
swag.
Yeah, just-
it was sadly,
Wow.
I was like, I would wear that. Did you? I don't know if you guys saw his outfit. I would wear his little outfit.
shopping his closet? She said, I sure will.
Yeah.
I do look at the sidelines a lot of times and be like, let me see where we can find. Because I think we're trying to find, Tomlin had on an amazing sweatshirt.
Oh,
On the,
On Steelers? Really?
it was like just in the middle. And they have, because my dude's a Raiders fan, and they have one that doesn't say Las Vegas.
Oh,
That's the same as Nike without the Las Vegas. But yeah,
So
I
you're
definitely
mad-
look on the side to
See what's going on.
Let me see what I need to be looking for.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to get you some swag
Yes.
after the show. But let's see what else has happened. You said Raiders. We should talk about your man's a Raider fan, and how did he feel about the loss to the Chiefs?
It was a sad day.
Was he hopeful going
Well,
in?
they came out, but if you saw, they came out like with that fight in them.
Yeah.
The Raiders in that
Yeah.
first quarter, I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Then they was like, no, we're done. I was like, oh, okay.
They got tired.
Okay, we forgot that was Mahomes over there. Okay,
I was pulling for the Raiders too. I really was.
Four? I thought it was one and done. We got to. Oh, okay, four.
And
Four.
I'm pretty sure that they had 0 rushes
Oh.
in the first half.
It's quite possible.
Like
Don't
it
have
was
to
for the Chiefs. It was like, what is going on?
It was weird.
It was, and that's the thing. The Chiefs, they're pulling out the wins, but they're like,
They look tired.
they just like
Yeah,
that
right?
offense is
They
not
look tired.
firing. Would
It's
you
like
agree
the
with
little
that?
engine that could. They're like,
Right.
like they get there.
100. Yes, that's what I feel when I watch them.
I mean, Andy Reid did break the records for the most regular season wins for
Yes.
Kansas City. He passed Hank Stram, which is like an old legend for Kansas City. So that did happen. And Josh Jacobs, I mean, he did his thing with the 110 yards. So
I mean, Mahomes had 298 yards. Again, he had another great game. Rice was the star of this game. I think every week Mahomes is kind of finding a new target to highlight here.
True.
I don't count that win against the Jets as much. I think the true tests are coming up.
Yes.
You know, I think they have
100%.
the Eagles, they have the Cowboys. Like they're coming up right
and
now.
they're looking tired, and they have
and they
that
look
ahead
sleepy.
of them.
Yeah.
They looking sleepy. I don't know where the Swifties went,
Yeah.
but they
Hopefully
look a little
home.
sleepy.
She said,
Hopefully home. I am.
"Are you over it? Are you done with that?"
are you done with the whole Swiftie thing?
I am over it so much. Like I just don't like it because
just too much.
It's too much all at once.
Yeah.
And if we're really going to sit here and talk football, I don't know why Taylor Swift has come out of my mouth so many times.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
I could have lived my entire life without ever saying her name, and now I have to say it every fucking week because
Because she has her own stat now.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Where is she? Where is it? I don't care.
Are they playing her music? If they're not doing good, they play her music.
Yes.
It's a whole
That's great
thing.
though. I love the pettiness. I love the pettiness. So we have a Swiftie over there, just a little FYI.
I still love you, though, girl.
That's fine in its lane. Like I love Taylor Swift over here.
Yes.
I
Right.
love her right here.
Yes.
When we're playing music,
Yes.
Taylor Swift is here. But
Yeah.
when I'm in football mode, I don't want to hear her
And she
crying
didn't
about
choose
how
that
some
life.
dude did something.
Yeah. It's
Right.
the
Well,
NFL. The NFL
I have
is the
bad-
one who's zooming in on her. She's not.
I have bad news for you. I believe I saw a little post that says she has landed in Kansas City for this week's game.
Thank the Lord.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
All is gonna be okay, guys.
It could be wrong.
They're gonna have a new lease on life.
We're going to get through this one.
And he looks tired because he's
Yeah.
trying to keep up with her rock star lifestyle, and he just looks tired. He's not who he was before he started getting some Swifty pussy.
Oh,
She said
I'm
what
sorry.
she said. Yes.
Hey. Well,
sorry.
I think I don't know what to say after that, other than the fact that
Monica's barely
actually
speechless.
think-
So
Make
this
sure
is
you're
great.
talking right into that mic so we hear every word
Yeah,
you're saying.
man,
We don't want
we
to
make
make sure
sure
we
we
have these
get
nuggets
this.
here, okay?
man, but we're gonna make a quick turn.
They're gonna come
I
for
think
me.
it's
I'm
so
sorry. I
funny.
love Taylor Swift.
Oh, girl, they are gonna come for you.
I love.
I
Taylor
do love
Swift.
Taylor. Let's be clear.
Just not at the games.
Just not
It's
at the
fair.
game.
It's fair.
Well, I will just say this, and then we got to talk about this Eagles Bills games. But what I don't like is like why the two parents are going to meet at the NFL. Like, can we do this privately at some point? Like, that's
Yeah.
a little much.
That was weird.
That was a little much.
I would want to be there too. I
Yeah.
don't want my parents talking to my man's parents for the first time
When I'm
without
not
me-
there to supervise,
Right.
What do you?
You gotta have supervision, right?
And
And then you're going to have us in the box looking like, I don't know. It's a little much.
That's too much.
I know
for
my
me.
mom. She can't be left alone when I'm out trying to do my
Most
job.
moms can't be. Most.
I need to be there.
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, let's talk about a couple of games before we leave here. And this is Eagles versus the Bills. That was the game of the week. I'm sure that you guys would all agree. It was insane.
Insane.
It was the first time the Niners and the Dallas Cowboys were on the same team going for the Bills. I think that would be safe to say.
Yes.
I posted a little picture saying pretty much that the Niners and the Cowboy fans are all pulling for the Buffalo Bills. And man, the comments were blowing up quickly because it was true.
Yeah.
But guess what happened? Girl.
I know.
I mean, what about that game? For real.
The Eagles are a team that the last 4 games, they've trailed at the half.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes.
They're behind. They're playing from behind. And when you play
Yes.
from behind, the run game is really hard to keep, coming up with. And Jalen's numbers, like they go up and down every other week.
Yeah.
It's really confusing to me. But Josh Allen, I don't know what to tell you. You've never won an overtime game. What are you, 0-6?
0-6.
In
Yep.
overtime games? And what, 2-6 in games when you're with one possession? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And he was number 1 in fantasy this week too, though. Like
Was he?
Yes,
I believe that.
He has so many. I felt so bad for him because he was number 1 in fantasy, but still could not get the win.
that Madden
But
curse.
can we agree that
You're talking about Josh Allen. Oh.
the Eagles of this year are not like the Eagles of previous? Like previous, it almost seemed like everything was easy. Like they were just like punching through
Yes.
games.
Yes.
Nothing was a
Yeah.
big deal. They didn't work for anything.
That's why he was on the sideline like this.
Yeah,
They
and-
won the game and he
yeah.
was just sitting there going, because how many games can you keep doing this?
Right.
Yeah.
How
But-
many games? And you got my boys. We're going to talk about it. My boys.
Coming up.
I argue that this type of play is what's going to make them successful in a playoff game. This type of play, like you're going to fight through this grit. You're going to have to fall behind. Jalen, other people are going to have to pick you up every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's proving to work.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about it several times this season. How many times have I read stats where the team's winning, all the stats, they're leading, but they don't have the win?
Yeah.
I could tell you over and over, and it's just like you have to find a way to win. And Buffalo can't seem to do that.
Or
going-
keep their tempers in check after a game.
Well, we don't know exactly what was said because per him, the Eagle fans were saying some really bad things to the Buffalo Bills, and they just had it and talking about your family and stuff. And I have been at certain games where some of these fans are out of control.
Yes.
And I think they asked for them to have those fans booted and they weren't. And I have it on good authority. Don't hate me, Eagles fans. I'm just spitting facts. I have it on good authority that a lot of the NFL wives do not go to the Philadelphia games.
Oh yes, I've heard the same thing.
Right?
Yes.
And nor do the players want their wives to go. That's
That
sad.
says a lot. That says
That's
a lot.
sad. So all that to
But-
say, there's two sides to every story, right? But what is very factual is that the Commanders were winning by 7. Eagles pulled it out. Dallas was winning by 3. Eagles pulled it out. This is at halftime. And the Chiefs and the Bills were winning by 10. What I didn't like at that game was when I saw the Bills, and I'm going for the Bills like no other.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, let's
course.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Let's go. And I'm like, wait. And I see us, the Bills.
Yeah.
I see the Bills going down the field, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, slow down.
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, slow down, run the ball, pass. I'm like, no, run the ball, pass. And I'm like, okay. Are you guys not understanding that you cannot give Jalen Hurts or Mahomes, you can't
Time.
give these guys
The opportunity.
a minute and 52 seconds,
Right.
which is what you left on the clock. And they didn't even have to score a touchdown.
No.
Just the field goal. I was like,
That was so painful.
that was horrible time management for Jalen Hurts. Are you serious? These guys, you can't even leave 40 seconds.
right.
Yeah.
And you just doubled that. I was so mad. And I'm like, who is managing the clock?
Yeah.
And even, I'll be honest, I think it was Tony Romo said, oh yeah, I would just get a touchdown. And I'm thinking, no. You can't do that with the Eagles.
Play it safe.
You have to
Yeah.
like
He needs to worry
run
about
it
getting
out.
a touchdown when he could still get a touchdown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, with the Bills, and also I'm going to correct myself earlier. We were talking about the Chiefs. I confused the Chiefs with the Bills. It's the Bills who I was saying they're going to be taking on the Chiefs and the Cowboys. And this was, forget that win against the Jets. But now they're 6-6.
Yeah.
And you got 14 days off. 14. That's almost enough time to get lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
So what do you do to shake things up? What do you
They're
do?
done. There's nothing to shake up. The Bills are done.
They started
Sit
so
down.
strong.
Next,
Okay.
they're done. Sadly,
Yeah.
I think that was the must win for them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
I
think
agree.
they,
I agree.
right, and I think that's what I think they even know it. Like that was it.
That's why the field goal was so sad. It
was
was.
so
It felt
sad.
just like that was the final like nail in the coffin. Like and scene. Like this is it. It just-
Before we get into next week,
oh wait, go ahead.
can we just give a second to the Chargers Ravens game?
Oh, yeah, but I want to just go back on this one
Go
second on the one fact that this is the difference. I think in the NFL, the stat is with the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Hurts, there was a 3rd and 15, like on the 35, right? He finds his guy in the end zone. Same kind of play for Allen. It was like 3rd and 5 on the 25. And remember, he misses, what's his name? Davis, whatever. I forget his name.
I think you have it.
And they
James, James Cook, that dropped one.
No, the other one where he went left and Allen threw
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And it was an option play, and he's like, I guess wrong. That's the difference. The Jalen Hurts of the world, they make those plays count.
And you knew
Yeah.
it when it
You knew
happened.
it.
That was the difference maker.
That was a difference maker. When they missed that, you knew it wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
But and just to go back on that, the stats. Jalen, he had a good game, but Josh had a good game as well.
Yeah,
they
the
both
numbers-
had 2 rushing touchdowns. Both had 1 INTs. It just you gotta like find a way to win.
Yeah.
And 2 fumbles.
And the Eagles do.
The Eagles do.
That's hard.
And
That's so
Josh Allen is literally the highest. He has the most turnovers in the NFL. So
And his team's still doing good.
Wild.
Anyways, let's talk about the happy Chargers.
Oh,
No, listen, we're just going to get into it briefly.
tell us how you really feel.
Chargers-
Tell us how you really
Well,
feel.
Chargers Ravens. I'm not gonna lie. I picked the Ravens in my pick'ems because I'm a real person and I have a brain. But Lamar Jackson, another great game. Also, fun fact: he watched my little brother's story on Instagram. So thank
Shout
you, Lamar.
out.
Shout out to Lamar Jackson.
Nice.
But the thing about the Chargers is, guys, like I'm like numb to it.
Yeah.
I'm numb and I'm over it. I'm so over it. And I know we all hate Staley, like Brent, like we get it. But he is, if you think he is the only problem, you are naive. He is not the only problem. It's our GM, it's the players, it's all the way down. Okay, it's all the way down. We have so much money being pumped into this team that isn't doing anything. Joey Bosa, what are you, like 16 million? Where are you? Williams is at 14 million. Where are you? It's unheard of to me that we have so much talent, but that they're not producing anything.
Right.
And I'm over it. I'm truly over this team. Stop the bleeding. I think our playoff percentage chance is 12%. Cut it now. Tank the year. Get a draft pick. And honestly, the organization just needs to reboot everything. Really. They really do. And it's hard and frustrating to watch as a Chargers fan,
Yeah.
but more so as a football fan.
Yeah.
Because a team with so many, like, look at Keenan Allen. You're wasting Keenan Allen's career away. He had another 100-plus yard game, I think, or 99, whatever it was. Like, what a waste of his career.
Right.
Eckler over here running the ball like a crazy guy. Garrett had a touchdown. Like, it's so frustrating.
And I'm not even a Chargers fan, and I'm frustrated for you guys.
you.
And you know, like we consider Keenan Allen a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't know that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
cool,
he's
cool,
a friend of the show.
In our head, he is.
I get that.
And the reason is because Michelle, who does my hair, does DeAndre's hair, Keenan Allen's wife's hair, and she does a lot of players' hair.
Yeah, so that's
So-
basically
Friend of a friend.
Friend of the show.
That's
Basically best friend.
We're basically best friends.
I took a picture with The Rock, and now we're besties. So
Obviously.
I get it.
Okay. So I want you to know I wrote one thing next to my cards for the Raven Charger game. You want to read it?
Girl, I only got one good eye.
Okay.
Where is that?
At the very top, can you read it? Loud it.
Isn't him.
Yeah, Herbert isn't him. That's what my
That's
card
funny.
said. Herbert isn't him because at the end of the day, again, I got love for you, and we have friends out there that are Charger fans. I watch these guys, and I'm like, there is zero edge. My team's got to have edge. I always talk about Kittle. Kittle has like everybody should have a Kittle right on their team. Somebody with some juice. Justin, he's got that. You know, somebody that can get dirty, that can go on the sidelines and get everybody pumped up and dapped up and all that. And I see the Chargers, and maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see that.
He didn't have a bad game. He was 29 for 44.
It doesn't matter though.
Yards.
It doesn't matter.
She doesn't like that he's a cool surfer guy.
You're-
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
It's like Sunshine. From Remember the Titans.
Oh my God, one of my favorite movies of all
I
time.
love Sunshine.
No, but like,
But Sunshine isn't who you go to when you want to get when you
don't know.
when you gotta have that dog in you. That's
They
not
put
who
him
you
in
go
that
look
last
for.
game.
so like I've heard from good authority
Yes.
that when
It's always on
when
good
he
authority.
like when he misses a receiver,
Okay. What does he do?
like he'll like see him in the huddle or on the sideline. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I'll get you next time. Like, okay, but I want to see but it's
There's
just
no
like,
room for politeness in
yeah,
football.
like
It is
I
a
don't know. I
savage
want to see a
sport.
dog. I want to. If my quarterback and listen, Brock Purdy is a nice guy, right? We know this.
You hurt her feelings. She's going
I'm
into
sorry.
the hood.
I just don't see chemistry. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but the
There's no
worst part is
chemistry.
the organization will not fire their coach. They're not going to
No,
do it
they've
mid-season,
got to.
But not mid-season. They don't do that. The Chargers do not
You
do
might
that.
as well.
They won't do it mid-season. No.
Lord.
And again, like, I mean, I'm remembering now, too. Lindsey is a player we're paying, like, I think, $9 million to, and Davis $6 million. I don't even know.
Just
anymore.
hemorrhaging money and not getting any talent in
No,
return.
it's,
Why?
Why?
So you think Staley is going
$13
to?
million for Lindsey.
You
sorry.
think Staley's going to make it the full season?
Yeah. And then they'll fire him.
Do you think?
They're not going to do a mid-season fire. That's too radical. That's a
The
I don't
fans
know
are
enough about their
demanding
history.
it.
I trust you. I don't know their
No, the
history with
history-wise,
hiring
no.
and firing.
I don't
there
know
was
their.
a
I'm
time
the same.
we
I don't
used
know
to
their
say-
In the
history.
history?
There was a time we used to say as a Raider, yikes, as a Chargers fan, and Chargers fans know this, we don't lose in December. I remember a time.
Oh boy.
We never lost in
I
December.
remember.
And now now it's just
Yes,
the
thank
same-
you.
same
Usually it's
thing
Monica.
every year.
You were gonna
Garbage
remember
every
the
year.
time.
You keep dancing on my grave, why don't you? The same garbage every year. I'm sick of it. I'm
Lord.
sick of it.
I know.
Well, here's listen. I'm all
Dumpster
about
fire.
solution.
Dumpster fire.
I'm all about solution.
Yes.
So if I was part of your organization,
Where do you start?
I would start with the uniforms.
Oh, okay.
I would start. Let's get some fire
I thought
powder
it was
blue.
gonna be coach, quarterback. She said, "First thing first, take off your damn clothes because you look ugly."
That was the most female thing that's been said outside
I
of the
think it's
picture stalking.
I know.
This entire podcast.
Taylor Swift was even a bad. That was even a good.
The powder blue is not doggy. You
Okay,
know,
it's
it's not
fair.
doggish.
It's fair.
We need a little let's
Didn't they
bring.
wear navy?
Can't
on
they
Sunday?
wear navy?
They were navy on Sunday.
not-
Okay, and that
everybody.
didn't work either. So I give up. I don't know.
I want to ask my girl here though, because now we know we all have our allegiances.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
if you had a Viking player that you were like, this is my go-to Viking player, the guy that you like assimilate with the Vikings, who's that going to be for you?
Like ever or just right
Let's
now?
say ever.
Oh, that's fair.
You know what? It made me so happy to see
I
AP
knew it.
on the horn
Yeah.
Yes.
yesterday.
Yeah.
because I hated how they did him.
Yep. Adrian Peterson.
I hated how they treated Adrian
All
Peterson
day.
just
Can
for
you tell our new
disciplining
fans?
his.
Can you tell our we try to educate the new
Okay,
fans?
sorry. So
to bring it back.
Adrian Peterson got in trouble, and this was the downfall of everything because he disciplined his child. And I used to be a social worker, and if it's not a mark or bruise that lasts for longer than 3 days, you just told them to get the hell on somewhere. And it was the downfall of him, and I just didn't appreciate how the team and organization didn't have his back during that time.
At all. Yeah.
So to see him blowing the horn last night, I was
They
excited.
gave him his flowers.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
a workhorse. He was a fucking ox. Like
Yeah.
I loved AP.
And
Yeah.
he's a special player. I actually recently got the pleasure of sitting down and talking with him too, because he really could have played on both sides.
Yes,
He could have played defense. I mean, there's some plays where he's just shucking a player to the side. Like
Yes.
he gave his body and soul to the Vikings.
Yes.
He really did. And then he tried to get it on Dancing with the Stars, and things didn't go so well.
That's why sometimes you got to sit down.
Yeah.
But I like that.
I
you
didn't
bring
see
that.
that. He's
I like
better in the end zone than
Everybody
he is on
can't
the
be
dance
Emmett.
floor.
You got to sit down sometimes.
Yeah.
But I like that that's your pick, because
Yeah.
I do believe he is a huge face of the organization. You know,
Absolutely.
you think Vikings, you think
Yeah.
Well, we can't get out of here without talking about a few things. We're going to wrap it up, but the Steelers finally got rid of Matt Canada. They were literally chanting for that, the Steeler fans. They got it, and guess what they got after that firing? They got over 400 yards,
Yes.
which had never been done in like the last 58 regular season. So shout out to all our Steeler fans. We have a lot on the page. Shout out to our girl D, diehard Steeler fan. But I think before we wrap up, we have to talk about, what was your favorite meme?
Oh, my favorite meme, bringing it back to the Vikings. It was someone telling Dobbs, if you throw the ball to a player not on your team, you can go to space. And he's suited up in an astronaut suit, and he's like ready to go to space.
Oh my
I like
God.
that. That was funny.
Freaking Dobstronaut, you know.
Oh
you
my
know.
God.
It hurts
Oh
my
my
feelings.
God.
It's funny.
But I
It's
gotta laugh.
funny.
I
It's
gotta
funny.
Meme.
I think I sent it to you yesterday. My favorite
I like
one
it.
forever would be the meme of the NFC North, where it's the Bears, the Lions, the Vikings, and then the Packers, and this little white girl packing up clothes. Makes me so happy every single time.
Yes.
Meme.
Mine was, I touched on it. It was the halftime show we wanted, which was Creed, and the halftime show we got, which was a paper igloo in Giancarlo.
Oh my God. Well, we will end it with our predictions and our thoughts on the Niner Eagle game, which to me is like a semi Super Bowl for the NFC.
Yeah.
Like, this is a huge game. This is what everybody wants to see. We all know the Niners are going to take it. I'm going to go with, I don't know. I'm feeling 31-27.
Ooh, she's putting numbers.
Let's
I wanna put
remind
numbers.
everyone. Please go to the
And
app.
I can edit this out if I want, but
But everyone, go to our app, make your predictions for all the games, including this game.
The pick'ems.
Get in the pick'ems. They're super fun. I'm not going to say anything right now. I need a little time to
No,
look into this week.
no,
I'm not answering.
not fair. I will still love you. Just say, are the Niners going to win or the Eagles?
I want to say the Niners will win this game. They should win this game. They are the most complete team when it comes to the NFL right now.
Yes, let's humble those birds.
Melissa?
Let's bring them down a little bit. Niners are bringing it home.
Okay.
Gotta humble them. 10-1.
I'm going with Eagles.
Oh!
I'm going with Eagles.
wants to fight.
I-
She wants to
listen,
fight.
listen.
Why do you think that, though?
I'm going with my boy Jalen. I have
Okay.
to. I have to.
Okay.
Okay.
I have
So,
to.
May I? Any other reason other than Jalen?
I just like to have a good game in my house, and one of my best friends is a 49er fan. So I just
okay.
lock in so we can battle and do shots when
Got
the other
it.
one scores.
I like
Oh, I like. I'm coming
So-
over. Girl, I'm coming over.
I know, right? So my thought is this, is that, listen, Brock Purdy has gone through it. He had a little 3-game slump.
Yeah.
As you guys all know, I have watched every single game since DirecTV allowed me to. We are all healthy so far. We are all back. We've got Hargrove. You've got Young. You've got Warner, other than Hufanga, who's out. Our team is back. And to me, the difference of this game is going to be if Brock can be Brock. If Brock is Brock, the guy that I think he is, the guy that I've said who he is, which is the next franchise quarterback for the Niners will win that game.
Yeah.
The Niners will win that game. And by the way, as we walked in here, they are favored which
Yeah, I
is
saw that.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
Your
I
lips
thought-
to God's ears.
I thought we were going to be underdogs by 3.
Yeah.
But we were actually favored.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's wild.
I am so excited. And here's the bad thing about, not the bad thing, about what I do. When I started Football is Sexy, I said, here's the one thing. I'm not ever going to miss a Niner game no matter what. That was like my thing.
You're still a fan first.
I'm still a fan first,
Yes.
but I know so many of our friends out there want us to get together for the Niner Eagle game, but I just have to be a fan first and not work.
Don't talk to me.
You know what I mean?
I don't.
She gets
I
it.
can't do
Quit
it.
not
talking
disturb.
to me.
I can't do it, but we will have the Super Bowl at the Ice House. But yeah, what'd you think, girl?
Hey, I'll
Thank
go
you.
back.
Okay.
We come to our Super Bowl
It was
party.
so
Where
much
can we
fun.
join you? When are you performing next?
Oh shoot. Probably a lot that I can't think of right now, but I am.
We'll post it for you.
I'm currently on the road with Tiffany Haddish, and we're at Yamava on January 19th, I believe.
Amazing.
So that's the
Tiffany.
one show that I do know is coming up in.
Give
the
her
new
a
year.
shout out from her. Now we could call her friend of the show too.
Okay,
Her
that's
and
cool.
Arsenio.
And she actually just did
Peyton Manning's
yes, the
podcast,
Peyton
yeah.
Manning's podcast.
I saw that.
Because we went to I'm gonna do this quick. I know we gotta wrap
no,
up.
it's all good.
We went to the Monday Night Football game. We went to a Jets game. I'm not Jets, sorry. Giants game. And she ended up in the booth
So
with
cool.
Troy. I took a picture with Troy Aikman, so we're best friends too now.
Oh, girl.
Now he's a friend of the show too.
Yes,
Okay,
he's a
yeah,
friend
yeah,
of the
yeah.
show. So, and Buck. So like she's really into football as well.
I
So.
love it. Well, give her a
January
shout out for us, and you got to come back.
I will.
Can you come
Please.
back?
I will come back.
This was so
I will
much
come
fun.
back.
Thank you for coming, and oh my God, let's go week 13.
Hey.
Let's go Niners, and always keep it sexy.